Namaskar, good evening everyone and welcome to today's session. You are watching DNT News and I am Atanu Pradhan. You definitely know that ABTO is celebrating the whole month of September as the World Tourism Month. Now we are very lucky because in this virtual celebration we get most respected Mr. Jaspreet Bhatia, Director ICE Cube Travels, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. He will deliver a lecture on Chhattisgarh, the hidden tourism paradise. So, welcome in our event and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Tanuji. Well, thank you so much to ABTO for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to take you on a journey to Chhattisgarh and to showcase this little gem of the state which is situated in the heart of India. So let us all start. And, but first things first, let us start with some basics that what is Chhattisgarh, where is Chhattisgarh? So some basic key facts about Chhattisgarh are, Chhattisgarh was created on 1st November 2000 and it was carved out of the erstwhile state of Madhya Pradesh. It's the 9th largest state in India. 44% of Chhattisgarh is under forest cover, so it's a very, very green state. 34% of the state the population of Chhattisgarh is tribal. They are aboriginals. They are the locals. And Chhattisgarh, because it has 44% of forest, so it is very, very rich in forest and mineral resources. Chhattisgarh, in fact, is the only tin producing state in India. So it is completely untouched and unexplored. So let us explore the unexplored destination of Chhattisgarh. Well, it is very strategically located in the central part of India, and as you can see from this map, it is bordered by 7 states. So it is very easily reachable from all parts of the country. It is very much accessible. Talking of accessibility, the air connectivity of Chhattisgarh is very good. Raipur, which is the state capital, it has the main airport. And Raipur has daily direct flights to all the metros and major cities like Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Ranchi, Indore, Allahabad, Chennai, Bhopal, Visakhapatnam. It has got daily direct flights. In fact, Delhi and for Delhi, it has 8 daily flights. For Bombay, there are 4 daily flights. So connectivity-wise, Raipur Airport is very, very nice. Other than Raipur, there are 2 more airports in Chhattisgarh. One is Jagdalpur, which is in the southern part of the state, and another one is Bilaspur, which is slightly above Raipur towards the northern part of the state. Majorly, it is Indigo, Air India, Vistara, and Flybig Airlines, which are operating from Chhattisgarh. So all in all, 90 minutes from any metro or any part of the country, and you are in Chhattisgarh. Rail connectivity wise also, Chhattisgarh is very, very nicely connected. The 2 major railway stations of Chhattisgarh, that is Raipur and Bilaspur, they both fall on the main trunk line between Bombay and Calcutta. So any trains which are plying between these two major cities generally pass through Raipur. So Calcutta and Bombay, we almost have daily 8 to 10 trains, and it's just a 12-hour, 13-hour journey, overnight journey from Bombay or Calcutta to Raipur. And other than Bombay and Calcutta, all the major cities are very nicely connected. There are daily trains to all the cities. There is a Rajdhani Express which connects very nicely from Raipur to New Delhi. So train connectivity is also excellent. Once you are in the state of Chhattisgarh, then you have to travel majorly by road, and there are 19 national highways that pass through the state of Chhattisgarh, and it has a very good network of roads. As I said, once you are there, then you travel throughout the state through road. It gives you a very good way to explore and to experience the local things and the local flavors. So, Chhattisgarh as a state has so many things to offer. But I will just club the things into certain heads for our better understanding. We have got some of the best waterfalls which are pristine and untouched. We have got some great archaeological locations, temples, structures, rock paintings, which are virgin, which are still being unearthed, which are still being discovered. History is being still written here. We have got some amazing cultural landscapes. There are so many fairs, there are so many festivals. We have got very, very strong Buddhist influence, and I'm very proud that I'm speaking on the platform of ABTO, that we have got very strong Buddhist influence in Chhattisgarh. We have got monasteries, we have got very historical locations in terms of Sirpur. I'll speak more about it. We've got some amazing spiritual escapes. There are Shakti Peeths, there are very, very sacred and holy temples in Chhattisgarh. At the same time, because of the forest, we have and the aboriginals, we have got ethno-tourism highlights. We have got some unique handicrafts, and yes, we have got some wildlife sanctuaries and parks. So I've just tried to, for your better understanding, you can think of Chhattisgarh into three different parts. That is the northern part, central part, and the southern part. And the southern region of Chhattisgarh is often known as the Bastar region. So just for your understanding, I have tried to divide the state. It's a kind of a vertical state. It looks like a seahorse. So we have divided into northern, central, and southern part of Chhattisgarh. Beginning with waterfalls, the one that you see on your screens is Chitrakoot. It's often referred to as the Niagara of the East. This is one of the best time during monsoons. It's almost a kilometer in its width, 100 feet in height, and it's an enthralling experience to witness this huge, humongous waterfall. It's also, it's located in southern part of Chhattisgarh. This is another waterfall which is called as Amrit Dhara. This is in northern part of Chhattisgarh. This is another waterfall. It's called as Pawai. It's inside a forest sanctuary in the Balrampur district. This is Gorghat. Again, this is northern Chhattisgarh. This is one of my personal favorites. It's the Tiratgarh waterfall. It is inside the Kangir Valley National Park in the southern part of Chhattisgarh. There are so many waterfalls. I can go on and make a separate 1 hour presentation only on the waterfalls. And most of these waterfalls are perennial. They are not just there in the times of monsoons. You can go and enjoy and soak in the beauty of these waterfalls during any time of the year. These are some more waterfalls, which are there across the state. This is another one which is in Manpat, where we have a lot of Buddhist monasteries. This is called as the Machli Point. Now, from waterfalls, let us move on to archaeological and historical locations. Chhattisgarh is particularly blessed in archaeological and historical locations also, although it has not been given the due credit and due recognition. This is the Bhoramdev temple. It dates back to 7th century AD. And the best part is, this is situated on the border of MP and Chhattisgarh. And most of the people, if you would have heard of Kanha National Park, they land at Raipur and travel to Kanha because the connectivity is good at Raipur and the distance is less. It is less than 200 kilometers. So while traveling from Raipur to Kanha, although Kanha is in MP, but still we talk of interstate tourism. So when you land at Raipur and travel to Kanha, you can see this temple on the way. It's a value addition. And this temple is particularly famous for its exquisite carvings and the erotic carvings for which the Khajuraho temples are famous. But this is predating Khajuraho. So this is again a hidden little gem in the Bhoramdev sanctuary. It's called as the Bhoramdev temple. It's a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva, but it's an amazing, amazing place. This is another sculpture, which is again ASI protected monument. It's called as Tuman. It also dates back to 7th century AD. This is Sirpur. This is the Lakshman temple. Again, this dates back to 7th century AD. And this is situated at Sirpur, which is one of the most premier archaeological locations of Chhattisgarh, which is just just 80 kilometers from Raipur, and it is situated on the banks of the river Mahanadi. And I would like to mention, Sirpur has been mentioned by Huyen Tsang, the famous Chinese traveler, as a major center of Buddhist learning when he visited India. His Excellency, His Holiness Dalai Lama had also visited Sirpur twice, and he liked the place so much. This another is a sculpture at Sirpur, which is a very important archaeological location. This is Anand Prabhu Kuti Vihar. I would like to mention further, Sirpur has more than 100 mounds, out of which hardly 15 to 20 have been excavated, and they have revealed so much. There is still so much to be done, and there is so much to be excavated. And as per the Chhattisgarh Tourism Board, Sirpur is a site which is 10 times larger than Nalanda. So you can imagine what kind of treasures are there. This is another very interesting temple in central part. It's called as the Vishnu temple. It describes the different avatars of Lord Vishnu. This is another temple on the banks of Mahanadi. It's called as the Narayanpur temple. This is also a Shiva temple. Now this is called Malhar. This is one of the oldest sculptures in Chhattisgarh. It dates back to 2nd century BC. And the statue that you see here is referred to as the legend says, this is one of the oldest statues of Lord Vishnu. You would find it anywhere. So moving on from temples, archaeological locations to cultural landscapes. The people of Chhattisgarh give a very colorful palette to the landscape of the state, and we have so many different kinds of fairs and festivals which are celebrated throughout the year. One such very important festival is the Bastar Dashera. I'll speak about it later. We have a Raigad Mahotsav, which is a very old and established musical extravaganza where people in different forms of classical music and art forms, they perform. The Narayanpur Madai is Madai means a mela, which is organized at a place called as Narayanpur, which is a core of a tribal belt. Probably it is kind of a world's biggest dance floor where we get thousands of local aboriginals, tribals who dance to their local tunes. It's a sight which you need to see it to believe it. Fagun Madai, again, which happens as the name suggests in the month of Fagun. Ramnami community, they have their Bhajan Mela. I'll speak about it. We have Chandani Gonda, which is again a folklore. It's a collection of folk dances. So, state is so rich in terms of the cultural aspects that there are so many things that can be seen, and at some point of the other, some or the other festival, some or the other thing keeps on happening. I was talking to you about Bastar Dashera. As you see here, Bastar Dashera is indeed, it's once in a lifetime experience. It's a 75-day long festival. Yes, it is not a typo error. It is a 75-day long festival, and it's a Dashera which has nothing to do with Lord Ram or Ravan. It's completely dedicated to the goddess Danteshwari Devi, and it's an amazing tribal extravaganza. You need to see this festival to believe it. It's one of its kind festival which you will find anywhere in the world, and it takes place in the Jagdalpur city in the Bastar region. So, as I have been saying, the cultural landscapes. Similarly, the versatile tribal communities, they give a very richness to the tribal cultures here. As I said, colorful and rich culture of the aboriginals in different parts of the state. As I said, northern, central, southern, there are different kinds of tribes. Say in northern parts you have the Dhanwar, Gond, Binjwar, Pando. Central parts you have the Begas and the Gonds. In the southern part you have Madia, Muria, Durvas. So all these tribes, they give different types of flavor to the landscape of the state, and it's very interesting to see each tribe, to see their cultures, to see their dances, to see their way of living. So Chhattisgarh is particularly rich and blessed with so many ethno-tourism aspects. And other than the tribes, it is also home to a lot of unique communities. And one such community is the Ram Nami community. I'll come speak about it. You see here, what you see is a typical village hut. A hut is like a weekly market where the tribals, they come down to shop and to sell for their daily needs. It's like a supermarket where you will find everything of their daily needs. And if you see here in the green dona pattals, what you're seeing, jo aap dekh rahe hain, that's a chutney which is made out of red ants. So this place has such a versatile local cuisine also, and it's a very interesting tribal cuisine. They have got their own drinks which they make from different trees and things like that. So it's a very, very interesting aspect of the state, and we showcase it to the people who visit it. I was talking about the Ram Nami community. If you remember now, the Ram Nami community is a close group of people who are found in the central part of the Chhattisgarh, around the river Mahanadi, near the central belt of the state. They tattoo the name of Lord Ram on their entire body. Yes, on their entire body. From these images you can see, and they have devoted their entire life to Lord Ram, and they sing bhajans and they praise. So it's a very, very intriguing experience to visit their villages and to see them up close and to spend time with them and to understand their ideology. So Chhattisgarh is full of such surprises here and there. So Ram Namis are a very, very interesting aspect of it. And yes, as I said, there have been different kinds of tribal communities, so versatile tribal communities. Moving on from one kind of tourism product to another one is, the spiritual escapes, which I spoke to you earlier about. Chhattisgarh is blessed with 3 Shakti Peeths. We have got Champaranya, which is the birthplace of Mahaprabhu Vallabhacharya. There is a holy city of Rajim, which is on the confluence of 3 rivers. And then we have got Shivri Narayan, that is the place where it is believed that Lord Ram was, Shabri ji had given bear to Lord Ram at Shivri Narayan. So, there are so many such things across the state which draws a parallel from history and which is associated with spirituality. This is Champaran, which is just 45 kilometers from Raipur, the capital of Chhattisgarh. Moving on, we are particularly blessed with forest, as I said. So nature and wilderness, it's a green state. 44% of the state is under forest cover. There are 3 national parks, 11 wildlife sanctuaries, 1 biosphere reserve. India's only elephant sanctuary is there in Chhattisgarh. It's Badal Khol Sanctuary. It's in the northern part, bordering with Jharkhand. We have ideal locations for trekking and camping. And we have got a large variety of flora and fauna. So it's a perfect place for birding, for camping, for nature walks, and lot of activities that you can do in the jungle. These are some of the glimpses of Barnavapara Wildlife Sanctuary. It's very near to Raipur city. It's very, very famous for leopards. This is the Kanger Valley National Park, which is there in the southern part of the state. It is famous for these amazing stalactite and stalagmite formations. There are 3-4 caves. This particular picture is from the Kailash Gufa, which is inside the Kanger Valley National Park. These are large tracts of beautiful forests. This is northern Chhattisgarh. It's an area called as Jaspreet. We have got some amazing water bodies also, which are part of the natural landscapes. This is the Hasdo Bango Dam, which is there in northern Chhattisgarh. Because of these versatile communities, because of these aboriginals, we have got these amazing handicrafts. These handicrafts add a very nice flavor to the tourism scene of Chhattisgarh. We have got wrought iron, we have got bell metal, which is also called as dokra. We have got terracotta. We also have some amazing handlooms. The Kosa silk is produced here. So these reflect the culture and the lives of the local people, and they act as a very good souvenir to take back home when you visit Chhattisgarh. But talking of tourism is not complete unless we talk about the infrastructure. Yes, the destination would be nice. It would have very beautiful places, but unless you're comfortable, if you don't get a place to stay, it is not complete. So Chhattisgarh is very good in terms of tourist infrastructure also. The Raipur capital city has all the major brands of hotels, and once you move out of Raipur, there are a lot of specialty lodgings and homestays which are available throughout the state. And this image that you see, this is not Kerala. This is, in fact, this is a Mayfair Lake Resort, which is there at Raipur. This is also a jewel in the crown. And it's an amazing facility which has been developed by the Mayfair Group in Raipur city. So, as I said, once you have moved out of the Raipur, then Chhattisgarh Tourism Board, which is the state tourism board, also has a lot of locations. I'll just try and play a small video here to give you a glimpse. So that was a glimpse of the various properties and places that you can stay. This is a resort at Gangrel, which is a dam near Chhattisgarh. This is another view of the same. Very, very nice properties just to keep you comfortable. This is a property right at the Chitrakoot waterfalls. You can enjoy the view of the fall right from your bed. You don't need to get out of the room even. You see here, right from your room, the waterfalls are there. So, and these are the specialty lodgings. You remember the Bhuramdev temple I was talking to you? This is a very nice little property which is like a homestay near the Bhuramdev temple. So it gives you a local feel and you are in the midst of nature. Similarly, this is Sal Valley Resort. This is a property situated on the border of MP and Chhattisgarh, from where you can cover Amarkantak and the Achanakmar Tiger Reserve. So this is also very nice little specialty lodging. We have got a lot of palaces. So Kavardha Palace offers a heritage homestay. This is in the city of Kavardha. Similarly, we have a heritage homestay at Kanker, which is again in southern part of the state of Chhattisgarh. So there are a lot of such options. But more importantly, Chhattisgarh is a unique destination. So we need to have a unique approach in promoting or selling Chhattisgarh. Some of the key points that I always say that, it's an ecologically fragile destination. So our focus have to be on quality of tourists rather than the quantity of tourists. And we need to take a responsible approach towards promoting these destinations so that there is a minimum negative impact of tourism. And we need to have high value, low impact tourism. There are various ways in which you can plan an itinerary into Chhattisgarh. Depending on your interest, we can think of an archaeological itinerary, a wildlife thing, or a cultural, or a mix of everything. And there are a lot of daily excursions which are possible from Raipur, because Raipur is the main capital city. A lot of business visitors are there, a lot of government visitors are there. So there are ways and means in which you can spend your time and cover it. And this is a very important slide just to give you an idea that Raipur is so strategically located that along with Raipur and Chhattisgarh, you can add on so many other destinations. Because yes, it becomes difficult, and you also might feel that it's not worth going just to one destination. So you can club Chhattisgarh along with any other surrounding destinations. If you look at it, Kanha National Park is just 200 kilometers. Bandhavgarh is 400, Pench is 300. So this is a wildlife circuit which can be very nicely attached with Chhattisgarh. Similarly, Varanasi is just an overnight train. By road, if you travel, it is about, say, 500 kilometers. but it's an overnight. Similarly, the entire Orissa, Puri, Bhubaneswar, Gopalpur, it is connected by overnight trains, and by road also people travel. Sambalpur is just 300 kilometers. Towards the south, Vishakhapatnam is 600 kilometers, plus there is a daily direct flight and there is a daily overnight train. So the options are many. If you want to come down to explore Chhattisgarh, you can either do Chhattisgarh as a standalone, or you can try and club Chhattisgarh with a lot of these destinations which are around Raipur and around Chhattisgarh. I have already shared with you about the connectivity through rail, through road, through air. So the options are innumerable depending upon your interest and the time that you have in your hand. So these are my coordinates in case you wish to get any further information. If you wish to get a trip planned, I'll be more than happy to assist you. If you need any sort of information about visiting Chhattisgarh, do get in touch with me, and me and my team will be there to assist you in providing any sort of information and plan your trip to this place. Thank you so much, and thanks for your time. And over to you, Atnuji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. One or two question for you, sir. First, life of the people, socio culture and tradition of Chhattisgarh.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you please repeat it?
Life of the people, socio cultural traditions of Chhattisgarh.
Yeah. You want me to speak about it? That's a question.
Yes, yes.
Well, I spoke at length about the life of the people. As I said, Chhattisgarh is predominantly a tribal state. So the people here are
It
very,
is
very.
huge potential for tribal tourism also, sir.
Yes, there is huge potential. People are very simple, and they have a very rich culture. They have got very nice traditions. So it has huge potential, but it also increases our responsibility that we act and have responsible tourism here, so that there is no negative impact.
Yes. So also, I personally visit Shirpur, the great
Okay.
Buddhist site. Not only Buddhist, different religious India,
Yes,
and it is a very nice place. The great archaeological site of India also,
exactly.
beside the
Sirpur
river
has
of Mohanadi.
yes. On the banks of Mahanadi, Sirpur has actually, there are four religions which are covered in Sirpur, and as I said,
Definitely.
only 10% of Sirpur has been discovered. Abhi
Yes.
remaining is still there, and the excavations are still going on.
Yes. Yeah. Most of the site unexcavated now.
Exactly, most of the sites are unexcavated at Sirpur. Correct.
Thank you very much for joining with us. We sincerely appreciate you for taking out the time from your busy schedule to provide us with such valuable information, sir.
Thank you so much for the
Oh,
opportunity, and it's our job, and I think it is responsibility of each one of us in the travel sector to create awareness about tourism and to make people aware about newer destinations and the importance of travel and tourism in everybody's life. Tourism is often neglected. So
sir, there is also wildlife. Barnapara is something
yes, I
very
spoke
nice
about
place.
Barnapara also.
Uh,
It is right next to
also,
Sirpur. It right
yes,
next to Sirpur. It is known for leopards actually.
yes. Very nice, very nice. We really
Yeah.
enriched by your speech. This event
Thank you
earned
so
a
much.
huge positive response. Thank you
Okay.
again for this great presentation, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, viewers, we hope you have learned and enjoyed this program. Tomorrow, our closing day of World Tourism Month, and also the celebration the World Tourism Day. So now. Uh, we fully celebrate the total September month as the World Tourism Month. Very shortly, we will come again with another session of World Tourism Month with new guests, new thoughts. Thanks again, everyone. Namaskar.